The podcast is back, and I am very excited to be reacting to my last video that I posted on YouTube before taking a break, and hopefully give some insight into where I was, what I was doing, maybe some of the mental shifts that have happened since I posted that video, and just the personal development and growth that's occurred between now and then over the last 2 years, because it's been 2 years since I posted that video, 2 years since those were my experiences. So for anybody who's curious about what I was doing, where I was, how I was doing, this will give hopefully some insight into that. And I just want to have some fun spending some time with you guys. So, and hopefully this is a good introspective exercise for me, and hopefully it'll help you as well. Think about your experiences and maybe how you've grown and what you've learned over the last couple of years. So, without further ado, as every YouTuber says, let's get into it. Today is the 12th of June, and I was having a conversation with my roommate, and, well, this morning, I'm just gonna be ranting, okay, about everything, and just where I'm at with everything, and what's happening, and I'm gonna shut this off so that I can't see myself. Okay, literally, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know what... I don't know what I want to do. I feel like there are so many different things I could focus on, and yet none of them really seem that appealing to me. I need to see myself, actually. I want... Okay. I am, in distress. How messy my brain is. I don't know if I want to keep doing my main channel. I don't know if I want to keep doing Riley Real vlogs, day in the life, that type of thing. Literally, I never thought I would be in this phase of my life. Okay. All right. Before I know I'm about to shift gears. So let's first address the fact that I had just graduated college, and I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I had kind of always pictured that, at least career-wise, I would just keep making videos and creating content, and I would get to a point by the time that I graduated to be able to have that be what supports me. And at this point in time, I had just graduated, and unfortunately, my videos weren't doing well. I was kind of posting sporadically, and part of that was because I wasn't getting views on the videos I was making. And so it kind of forced me to be like, okay, I have to get a job outside of this to be able to support myself. And then I was also just struggling to create videos. The videos I was making, I wasn't proud of, and I didn't really enjoy making the same way that I used to years before. And so I was just struggling for years, actually, maybe not years, but at least a year, I was struggling with this dissonance between knowing that I love making videos and knowing that I wanted to create, but also not liking what I was making, but not knowing how to make something that I would like. And so that's kind of what I'm going through right here, right there. And I'm probably about to switch gears and talk about marriage, which I have a lot to say, and I've learned a lot, and I've grown a lot in this area, so I'm excited to talk about it. Let's see what Riley of 2 years ago has to say for herself. I never thought I would be unmarried, no boyfriend, no spouse, nothing, just completely, directionless, feeling I never thought that I wouldn't know where I'm going or what's gonna happen, which is ridiculous saying that out loud, but it's so true. I didn't think that I would ever be here, so I never planned for it. What does this look like? What does my life look like in this phase? How can I what do I make content about? So I grew up in a religious culture, which I feel like it's pretty common for people to get married young in those cultures. And my mom got married when she was young. Lots of my family members got married when they were young. So I grew up picturing that for myself. And also, I do really want to be a mother. I want to be a wife. That's something that I look forward to. And having grown up thinking that that would be like no problem, basically, to go to college, to meet somebody, to get an education, but also to meet somebody, and then to start my life, basically, in a way, is how I pictured it. And so the fact that I had just graduated college and YouTube wasn't going well, felt like that was just over, basically. And then I was struggling with this, like, okay, what do I do if I'm not married? The way that I always pictured and viewed my life going hasn't happened. So what do I do with that? How do I move forward? How do I find direction and purpose when I feel like the things that I always felt like the things that would give me purpose I couldn't have, and I didn't have. And so I was just struggling to find that and figure that out. So let's see what else I have to say. What I do every day is sit on the couch and try to like work on my projects and lay on my bed and read a book and make food a couple times a day and work out if I can, if I, practice my body combat training. Like, it feels like it's not worth it to share. Like, it feels like my life, or I've always felt like I need to have an exciting life to share it. And my life is anything but exciting right now. Literally, it's been, anything but exciting. Like, I'm doing better than I was at the beginning of the summer, but it's still like, I got nothing to share. Okay, so I actually had a lot of comments from people saying, we love that. We love when people share the mundane, because that's everybody else's life too. But I think I was speaking more so of this internal struggle of like not liking what I was making and not having a purpose behind it. Like, it's hard as a creative person to put all the time and effort and energy into creating something like a video if you hate the process and you don't like it and you're like, this isn't fulfilling to me. And I think this was really when I started to realize this transition of the videos that I made in the past were no longer fulfilling for me to make. Those day in the life videos that were just basically, and I feel like as a college YouTuber, it was hard because I wasn't making videos about a particular thing. Like, they weren't planned out. They weren't like structured really. It just basically followed the layout of my day. And so I would live my life and then be filming the life I was living that I would be living whether or not I was filming. And I think outside of the lifestyle niche, that's very different. Like, you most likely wouldn't be doing the things that you are doing if you weren't filming them. And you also have to be way more particular and structured with the storytelling behind each video if you're not doing lifestyle content. And I just didn't know that. And I didn't know, I was, my desire to make things just, I think also because I personally was in this place of not knowing what I wanted. It's like, if I don't even know what I want for my life, how can I put all this time and energy and effort into making these videos that I don't even know if I want to be, like, I don't know if I want to do this even. And so I was really, really struggling with that and trying to figure all that out. And I just didn't know. That's a lot of this is just like, I didn't know what to do, and I needed time to figure it out. I got nothing to show that feels like it would be of any value to anyone, which makes me like not want to make anything. But then it makes me feel bad because even though I haven't been posting videos, even though I haven't been filming like too much, like I've been filming some things, but like even though I haven't been doing YouTube really, it literally has not been a break, because the whole time I just feel terrible about myself. This whole time I've been like angry at myself and disappointed in myself because I should be doing this. I should be making videos. I should be making content, but it doesn't feel like it matters. It doesn't feel like it means anything. So like, why would I do it if it just all feels like it's worthless and like nobody cares and nobody wants to see it anyway, and I don't even want to make it, so like I don't even like what I'm making, so why would anybody else want to see it? And it just has felt so void and so pointless, and I feel like my life right now kind of feels that way. Like, so okay, I feel like that is such a good description of how I was feeling, and that's because I didn't have a purpose behind it. It wasn't purpose driven, and also these, like, the videos that would have done well back in the day, like when I first started YouTube, no longer would do well at the time that I was filming this video, and I hadn't kept up with what that looked like, and I also just didn't, like I said, it feels, in this video I was saying, like, it feels so meaningless, like what, because I don't even, nobody's watching it, I mean, not nobody, but it's not speaking to the masses, basically. Like, I'm making this stuff and it feels like nobody cares. And it is so true that even though I wasn't posting, I constantly felt bad that I wasn't posting, and it took over my thoughts and was just like this weight on me of like, you said you were gonna do this and you're a failure basically because you're not doing this. But I just knew, I and you can kind of tell in this video, like, I knew that at the point I was at, I didn't have the purpose behind what I was making, so it wouldn't have been successful because of that. Like, I didn't have a purpose behind it. And if you don't know your why, then it's really, really hard to keep going. It's really hard to keep going if you don't know why you're even doing something, and it feels meaningless. It's like, why am I doing this? And so I think that's what I was feeling. What am I working for? Like, who is this for? Like, what am I doing, you know? Yep. I thought I would be married. I thought I could, like, I thought that would give me so much, like, I know that's gonna give me so much meaning, and I keep thinking that, like, if only I was married right now, I'd have so many videos that I'd want to make. If only I was gonna have kids soon, like, I would, you know, be inspired by all these phases of life, but I'm in this phase of life that sucks, that literally I just feel like nothing's happening and I'm going nowhere, and why would anybody want to see that? Why would anybody want to, like, watch me, like, not know what I'm doing and pointless and feel like directionless? Girl, you know? Girl, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I will say, I'm really glad that I stopped posting on YouTube after this video, because this is how I felt for quite a while. And I wasn't in a place where I could be the positive influence that I want to be, and I wasn't in the place where I had lived enough time to be able to, I don't know, grow in the ways that I needed to. I just know that coming back to YouTube right now, I have grown so much, and I'm just able to show up in a way that's not bitter and sad and depressed like I was now. And I think there is value to some people sharing those things, and I think there probably was some value to me sharing this. I'm sure there's quite a few people who resonated and who felt like they were in a similar place, and I think there's value in sharing those experiences. But I also think there is a lot of value in knowing when to not keep going, knowing when you will not help people but hurt them or just drag them down. And that's the place I was at when I recorded this. Like, I was not in a place where I could uplift and help people to become who they're meant to be and like influence for good, I was myself not feeling very optimistic about my future and the world and my life. And I think I was recognizing that I didn't want to keep posting knowing that I wasn't going to be able to put my best foot forward and be that good influence that I wanted to be.
Oh,
This is a vulnerable video. It is really vulnerable.
But it's crazy because even though I feel pointless, like everything's pointless and I'm directionless, I still have so many ideas. It feels like everyone, even though this is not true, like it feels like everybody is working for something, you know? They're inspired and they're excited. And I know that's not true. Like, there's so many people who are feeling what I'm feeling right now, but what I see is not that. I see people who are excited and who are doing well and who are making their content, and it's beautiful and it's loved and well received, and people like are excited about it and interact with it, and I just like, I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to like make something that means something to me and means something to other people and have it do well, and like and have me feel fulfilled by it. Like, what is this?
Okay, so oh my gosh, this is so cool to watch this because I don't relate to her because I feel like I am what she's talking about. Like, I feel like I've become and found, well, I feel like I've found that content that is meaningful to me, and even though I don't have the views to like back up the fact that it is doing what I hope it will do, because I've just been doing this for a couple of months since my move, but at least I can show up every single day knowing that what I'm making is good, and I'm just fulfilled by what I'm making because of the why behind it all. And I guess I should give some context for that. So my content is now about becoming the best version of yourself, who you're meant to be, reaching your potential and pushing yourself to grow in all different areas of your life. And the way that I'm trying to do that is by doing that within myself and sharing those experiences with you guys. And you can see that line through all of my content, this idea of becoming. It's been there since, I want to say, like the very beginning. And so this feels very right to me, but I didn't know what I wanted, and I really had to get over some roadblocks in my perspectives about the future with marriage and whatever that were standing in my way of being able to get to where I am now. And thankfully I've done the work and I've gotten through that. So let's keep watching.
What is happening?
Life, girlfriend, life is happening. I love that this is the impression.
I'm so stressed about money, which hopefully this job will fix that.
Yeah,
and hopefully,
super stressed about money.
Another thing I could do is not put pressure on myself. So it'd be like, you know, Riley Real, my main channel, I just post to whenever I want. But then if I say that, then I never will. And then, like, because I feel like I'm the kind of person that has to be like, I have this commitment and I'm going to follow through on it. So boom, 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 boom.
That's very
like,
true.
I'm going to follow this commitment. If I say every week, I'm going to get it done every single week.
It's
And
true.
if I don't put that constraint on myself, then I just, like, it's just gonna go to the bottom of the list. And then I'll just still have all of this built up, like, resentment towards myself for not following through on something that I said I would, you know, like, for not posting. Like I said, I'd do it whenever, but, like, I don't do it whenever. And I also hate, in the past, I've hated, like, watching someone's videos that I love and then they just stop posting, and then anytime they come back, they suck. Like, their content sucks and nobody like wants to watch it. Or maybe it doesn't suck. People just don't care anymore. And so, like, what's the even point of them posting if, like, nobody cares and, like, they...
Okay, so that's like a big fear that not a fear. That's something that I had to accept about coming back to YouTube. I knew that it was not going to be, I knew it was going to be a grind. And I knew that people weren't going to care anymore because it's been 2 years. And it's like someone talking to you after 2 years. It's like, I don't know you anymore. And so I really tried to put myself in the position of my subscribers, seeing one of my videos pop up and being like, who is this girl? Like, I don't even know her anymore. I don't care, because that did happen with people that I was subscribed to, and they started posting again, and I was like, I don't care about you anymore. And that may seem harsh, but I think it's very true. It's just like, out of sight, out of mind, you lose connection. And so coming back to YouTube, I'd be like, no one's gonna watch this video. I may have 270,000 subscribers. No one's gonna watch this video. I don't care how good it is. No one's gonna watch it, because guess what? I haven't posted in 2 years, and people don't care. And so, that's very true. That was a very true assumption about how things were gonna go, and I'm living that right now, and having to just have faith that things are going to work out, and also just work really hard and know that as I keep showing up consistently, despite the views that I'm getting, it's going to be okay, and it's going to work out the way it needs to. And just be consistent, because that is, if you're consistent, you'll succeed. Like, you may fail a couple times, and I'm prepared for the failure to come, but I'm going to keep going no matter what. And so it's gonna be a success. It just will, because I'm willing to learn and to apply and to keep getting better every single day. But yeah, that was a very true statement from me about how it goes when YouTubers stop posting, and what that looks like for their future videos that I'm currently living right now.
And I don't know what I want to talk about.
That's an issue.
Do I want to talk about post-grad? Is that what this content is going to be about? Like, is that going to be of some meaning to people? Like, should I do post-grad wellness, health, and fitness?
I just didn't know what I was doing.
Feels so meaningless.
I had no idea what to do.
Everything just feels that way. Like,
this is so depressing.
I long for the days when, like, back in the day when I felt so excited about what I was making and so excited about what I was doing. And that just is in no, like, someone that I know just ran past me, sobbing in the car. Like, everything that I'm doing that I used to do felt so right to me. Everything that I was making, like, I was excited about it, and now those things don't feel that way anymore. Those things that I used to do don't feel right anymore.
Yep.
But, like, new things don't necessarily feel right either, so it just feels wrong. But I don't know if that's just me having some resistance to whatever stage this is that I'm in. Like, is it not the actual content, but it's actually just the phase that I'm in right now, you know? Like, what is it? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
So I think I'm right. I just think I didn't know what I was doing, and I recognize the fact that I didn't know what I was doing, and at least I had some self-awareness.
I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? Oh, and we don't even need oh my gosh. Okay. Looks like we're gonna get into so much. Okay, we didn't even talk about, like, relationship-wise, where I'm at. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I am incredible. Like, I am going to be an amazing wife. And I know that about myself. And I've wanted to be a mother and a wife since I was young. Like, that's something that I am excited for. However, something that I am not good at is boys.
Okay, so I have to tell you a funny backstory about this. I was my ex-boyfriend would quote this to me sometimes. Like he I remember the first time that he like said like that I had said that in a video, like, I am incredible, I'm gonna be an amazing wife and mother, but I just can't do boys. And I'm like, there's no way I said that. Like, there's no way that I said that. And then we go back and watch it and I totally said that, and I was just like kind of embarrassed because I mean it's true that I like, and I'm glad that I've always kind of had this confidence about my worth, my inherent worth, and also that I do value the skills that I have, and I think highly of myself. Not too highly, but I think I am of value, and I think that's a good thing. But it's just, I just put it in a way that's so funny in here, and just to have someone say that, like, say what I said to me, I was just like, no way I said that. And then yeah, he would quote that sometimes, which was pretty funny. And just it turned out to be funny because, like, I don't know, it's just funny. Okay, let's keep watching.
And commitment, I just feel like a fool.
Okay, note right there, I cut out the name of someone who I'm not gonna say, but basically the main guy that I talked about on my channel, that I like said his name there, and was basically like, I don't know what is gonna happen with that. Nothing happened with that, and that's totally fine. Like, it wasn't supposed to, but that was really, really stressing me out at the time, because I don't like really want to talk about this person very much, because I don't even know them. Like, I literally don't know them. But they were getting back from a church mission, and I just felt this, like, I don't know, just this person that I'd basically idolized was coming back, and what was gonna happen, and I didn't know how he felt, and I had just like built him up in my mind for so many years. But like, I didn't know the man. That's the funny part, is like, I really didn't know this person. He left a good impression on me from the short amount of time that I did get to know him, but I didn't know him, and I just thought that things would work out in like a naive way, and didn't read all of the signals that I was getting that he was not interested in me. So yeah, but that was really stressing me out at the time, and I said his name there and was like, and I don't know what's going on with him. But I didn't know. It's just hard. It's a hard situation to be in.
And I feel like I'm never going to be able to love anyone. Like, I've never been in love, and I don't feel like I will ever be able to.
Okay. All right. So I think after I had that very brief, we didn't even date, like, we weren't even boyfriend and girlfriend, but after I'd had that experience, I had never met anybody else that made me feel the way that he did in all different areas. Even though I knew him for a very short amount of time, it's like, whoa, like, this is crazy. I'd never felt that again. There had been a couple times after this, about, I think it's like a year later, that like there was somebody that I was like attracted to, and for like the first time in so long, and I was like, dang, this is really nice to know that I'm like not broken in that way. Like I can think someone is attractive to me. And then another year later, I ended up meeting my ex-boyfriend, and I fell in love with him. And that was the first time that I've been in love truly. And so it's cool to watch this and be like, you can. It's just hard right now, you know? It's just you're in a hard situation, and you haven't met somebody that makes you feel that way, and it's going to take a long time, but you will. And obviously he's my ex-boyfriend, so I'm not dating that guy anymore, but it was nice to know what love feels like and what it's like to be loved by someone. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Okay, let's keep going.
Am I even capable of that? I think so. I think when I am in love with somebody, it's going to be fantastic. Like, I am a romantic person through and through. Like, I think I will be a great girlfriend. Okay? But I've never been one before. And I never have felt like I can give that title to someone. Or allow myself to take on that title, because I don't think I like anybody enough for that. But then it's like, is there anybody? Will there ever be anybody that I feel that way towards, or that I feel is good enough for me? And who in the hell am I to think that I am like this amazing person? Like, I got issues, man. Literally.
Okay, all right, let's stop there. There's a lot to unpack. So yes, I am capable of love, and there was this struggle of like, I was in a very small community, and one that didn't really have a lot of new people coming in. So it was basically like, you know everybody, and it's like, you know if you vibe or you don't. And so I was in this position where I'm like, am I gonna meet someone, and like, how's this gonna work? Am I ever gonna find the person that, or at least in the dating context, I dated my first boyfriend when I was 22 years old, and I was not 18. I was 20 years old at the time of filming this video. And once you just go for a really long time without dating somebody, it just feels like it will never happen to you, and you'll never have that. And I think my feelings were very valid. Like, will I ever have these experiences? Will I ever feel this way? And honestly, the solution is to just meet somebody. And this is not easy. It took me, like, from the first guy that made me feel that way, it took me 4 years to find another one that made me feel that way, like those emotions. So it took a long time, but it was just a matter of finding someone who matched me and what I wanted for my life, and for a partner, and had the qualities that I respected and desired in someone else, and also in myself. And to meet somebody who also saw the qualities that I had and wanted and respected those, and saw that they were of value. Because it doesn't matter how attractive a person is, if they don't look at you and say, that girl's awesome because she has, like, I see that she's this, this, and this, and this, and those are the qualities that you value about yourself. Like, for me, it would be, I believe myself to be a disciplined person. I believe myself to be hardworking and dedicated to the things that I put my mind to. And if I were to meet somebody who was attractive and like whatever, and we maybe vibed, but he didn't see those things in me and appreciate them and like love those things about me, it wouldn't work. And so I just needed to find somebody who not only matched me and like found me attractive and found me fun and whatever, but also valued the things that I valued about myself. And I was able to find that 2 years after, a year and a half after I filmed this video. But it took me a long time to Wait, yeah. Because 2023, yeah. So, all right, let's keep going.
Then it's like the flip side. Then it's like, who's ever gonna love me is any guy that is so good.
I am so annoying. What the heck?
I can't, like, pick how I feel. Oh my gosh. Literally, what am I gonna do with my life? I just feel like I need to get married. That's like, I need to do that, and so much purpose is gonna come from that.
Okay, so that is an issue. That is a problem to feel that way. Because I think I'm basically saying that getting married will solve all of my problems of not knowing what I want to do with my life. And I think you need to know what you want to do with your life despite what your relationship looks like. And I just hadn't figured that out yet. And I was relying too much on this thing. Basically, I think I was glamorizing marriage and being in a relationship to give purpose, where honestly, you just got to find purpose for your life. And things will bring you purpose throughout the journey of life, but don't let yourself be, or here's what I needed to not look at the stage of life I was in and longingly look at a different stage that I wasn't in and say, if only I was in that stage of life, everything would be better. Then I would know what I wanted. Then I would know what I was going to do. Because guess what? I'm not in that stage of life. That's not my life. So I need to look at my own life and say, okay, right now, with what I have, with what I know, with the skills I have and my capabilities and all of that, what can I do? What can I do to bring my life meaning and purpose? And outside of marriage, outside of having a family, what can I do? And honestly, that's something that I've had to recognize with the stage of life I'm in right now, and be okay with the fact that I might not get married for a very, very long time. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I just don't know. But I've stopped living my life in a way that is driven by my desire to get married. If I was living that way, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I'd be going on lots of days trying to find my husband, and I'm not doing that right now because I have some things I need to work through. But also, that's like, I need to build my life. I need to live my life and build my life with what I have now, instead of wishing that I had something different, because I don't. And this is the life that I'm giving, and this is the life that I've been given. It's a blessing, and I can do with it whatever I want to, basically, whatever I need to. And I feel like I've been called in a way to do certain things, and those are giving me purpose. When marriage and a family isn't my reality right now, I've accepted that. I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. And it took me a long time to get there, but that's how I feel. I feel at peace with that. And even though it's something I still want, it's not my main focus, because I need to build my life. I need to live my life and be happy with where I'm at in the stage of life I'm at, even if it's not what I thought I always wanted for this stage of my life. Even something can still be a goal and still be something that you want, but not be all consuming. And because it's not the reality currently, you don't know what to do and don't know where you're going. It's like, no, just, you should have things outside of that. You should have things that are driving you, your calling, or those things that bring you the most meaning. And that might shift throughout your life. The focus might change, and that's good. That's okay. But don't let, I was wrong to be looking at this like the grass is greener on the other side, and if only I was over there. That's not a way to be happy with your life. And as you can see, I wasn't doing that. And so I'm really, really grateful for the growth that I've experienced in that area.
But I'm not anywhere near that. So how can I get there if I'm not even close?
Work on yourself, girl.
And spiritually, I feel like I've taken some great leaps, and like I've gotten through some like tough things that have been like kind of hanging over me for a lot of my life, and I feel like I've kind of pushed past those and gotten to a place like further along in my spiritual journey, you know? But at the same time, I fail at the daily things. And like I don't feel super excited about church. Like I go because it's something that I know is good and something that I know like is like I require that of myself, because the least I can do for my Savior is like go to church, and the least I can do for myself is like partake of the sacrament and like not take advantage, but like use the tools that are given to me to become a better person, and to try again and try to be better, you know? Like, I'm not taking that away from myself, even though it like sometimes just feels like, why am I here? I would rather be at home. Like,
that's hard.
I'm not feeling all too strongly about anything that anybody is saying. Like,
honestly, for this, I think it just took me pushing through that and doing the things that I know are right, even if I felt like I wasn't seeing the fruits of those things, doing them because I know that they're good and I know they will bless my life, even if I'm not feeling the blessings every day. And I don't know how long it took me to feel differently about that, but I don't feel like it was that long. But yeah, our faith and devotion and the way that we show that will fluctuate. The way we feel about how we're showing up and what we're doing to help ourselves get closer to God and to our Saviors, like, or how satisfied we are with what we're doing every day to draw closer to Jesus Christ will fluctuate our satisfaction with ourselves. And I think just as long as we're striving to be our best and to do our best and to find that balance of everything that's required of us, right? I think that's good. And I think I'm still learning. I'll continue to learn in this area and in most things throughout my life, but I'm grateful that I have seen some positive progress since I took this video about faith and church and things.
I just feel kind of broken. Like, I feel like a broken person. Like, not on the daily do I feel like, oh, I'm just broken. Like, no. But, like, when I
am annoying,
I'm like,
guys.
I can't do work. I can't do, like, spirituality right. I can't do, like, relationships. I'm just messed up. And will I ever feel not this way? Will I ever not feel this way?
Okay, I just have to say something. So, of course, my ex-boyfriend has a family, and they realized that is a really, hold on, that was a really sketchy frame that was on. I guess I'm just picturing, when I watch this video, this being someone's first impression of me, and yikes is all I gotta say about that. That is a bad first impression. But I would say don't watch this video if that's the first impression that you want of me, because I was going through it and I was being very honest. I was basically talking to my camera like they were a really close friend, because that's how I felt talking to my YouTube channel and my subscribers. Not talking to my YouTube channel, talking to the people who watch my videos. I was willing to be as blunt and just honest about where I was at with life and all these different areas. And I respect that level of vulnerability in myself, but I cringe a little bit thinking about people watching this and making assumptions about me or choosing to think certain things about me because of this video I posted when I was not in the best place. But I have to look at this video and be like, I accept and recognize that I'm getting emotional. I have to accept and recognize that it's not my job to to make people think certain things about me and make them feel a certain way about me. Like it's not my job to do that or to try and change people's minds about who I am. And I feel for this girl. I feel for the things that she was going through, and I'm grateful that I have grown since the time that I was her, and I can watch this video and almost look at it like a different person, and just know that I've just grown. And if someone's gonna judge me based off of who I was years ago, then that's their prerogative, but that has nothing to do with me or who I am today.
Will I ever feel good and happy and whole and like fulfilled in the different areas of my life? I just want to be happy and fulfilled. And I know happy, like, I shouldn't chase happy because happy is a fleeting emotion. Like, that's not what you should chase. But I want to be fulfilled, and it's so hard for me in this stage of my life to feel that way. And especially because I don't know what I need to do in order to feel that way. Like, how can I feel fulfilled in this phase of my life if all the things that I've like always been told and I've always believed that will be the most fulfilling things are something that feels like it's something that feels so far away right now? And I know, like, I just have to keep working towards it. I have to keep working on myself so that when the time comes, like, I can be the best I can be in that phase and in that role. But it just, without that goal in sight and without that, without feeling that that is something close, it all just feels pointless.
I think that's a good insight. It is really hard when everything you thought that would happen didn't happen, and then, like, where do you draw your purpose from? I thought that was a good line that I said. Like, where are you supposed to find your purpose if everything that you thought would give you that purpose at this age, at this time, isn't? Like, what do you do instead, basically? And I think I was just where I'm at right now. I've discovered what that looks like for me. But at this point in time, I didn't know what I was just recognizing that was a mental shift that I had to make versus it being like something that I had all the answers to or knew what I was going to do. It was me discovering, like, okay, this is how I feel. This is the action that it would take. I don't know where to start doing that or how to start doing that, but I know that that's what needs to happen, or even just recognizing where my mindset was at and how I would have to shift it in order to feel fulfilled, in order to find purpose. I just was at a place where I was just discovering that, and I had to go through that in order to find it.
So that's what I'm feeling. Those are my emotions and my thoughts about what I'm doing and not. And literally, I don't know. And I don't know how to know. I don't know what to do in order to feel good about my direction. Thankfully, I always feel...
Okay. I think the answer to that is to just choose something and to move forward. And that is what I did. I ended up getting a job, and I worked in that job for about 3 months. I was planning on working in it longer. I was like the social media strategist, social media person for this leadership development company. It was a remote position. I spent all day on a computer, and it was, I learned a lot. I ended up forming a close relationship with my boss, who was and is still a good friend, and she's incredible. And I just gained so much from our conversations and from her, just learning from her by being close to her and seeing how she interacted with people, how she carried herself. She was a very successful businesswoman, and it was just a blessing to be able to learn from her. And so that was really, really incredible. And then I actually got a call from Southern Virginia University, or I didn't get a call. I got a DM from the head of marketing, and well, director of marketing. I got a DM from one of the higher ups in marketing at SVU, and Kiwi, he asked if I wanted to come in and talk about potentially working with the school. And I didn't initially think that it was like a job offer per se. I was thinking of it more of like a freelance position, but it ended up being a job offer to be a member of their creative team in marketing. And that role ended up evolving into like a videography, social media, content ideation, planning, execution, that sort of thing. But I felt really, really strongly that I was supposed to take that role. And I think I'm talking about this because I had to go out and live and just choose something and move forward in order for me to be able to figure out all of these things and answer all of these questions that I had, or that I was having at this point in my life. It's like, what do I do? What do I want? All of these things, I had to have those experiences where I wasn't doing YouTube, where I was doing other things that were able to bring me to the answer and able to get me to where I am today. Because without just making a decision, without just moving forward, even if it just, there's this video where I talk about it like a misty morning, because up in the house that I lived in Virginia, every morning in the fall, it'd be like just this thick fog. And think of like Pride and Prejudice, right? Like Mr. Darcy coming out of the fog. It was like that. And I remember I have this video of me sitting in my car and just like talking about the fact that that's what my life felt like. That it's like, it's something's over there. Something's past that fog. I don't know what it is. And I don't know what it looks like because I can't see it. But I just have to keep moving forward, even if it feels like I'm walking through the fog. And I'm gonna find what I need to find, and I'm gonna end up where I need to end up. And me coming to those realizations just came from me taking action, from doing things and trusting that the path is gonna reveal itself, and I'm gonna end up where I need to be through these experiences. Even if none of this is what I pictured, it's exactly what I actually need to get to where I need to be in my life. And I just have faith in that right now, like I'm working for something, but I don't know what's in the future. I don't know what's going to end up happening with my life or with relationships or anything. But I do know that I feel like I'm in the right spot for my life right now, and I'm doing what I need to be doing now, and that's enough for me. That's enough for me right now to be able to trust in those things and to trust God with his plan for my life, and just know that it's going to work out no matter what. The worst that could happen is right now, the worst that could happen is that YouTube, I end up not making money. My videos aren't successful. I post consistently. I'm grinding. I'm working so hard, and I don't get sponsorships. I don't get, brand deals. I don't get the views I need to in order to have this be my main source of income. And then I move home. And guess what? I keep doing it because I'm doing this. I'm doing it. And just knowing that that's the worst that could happen, it's like I can work with that. I can keep going. And I'm just grateful. Anyway, we'll finish this video, but I'm grateful that I have that perspective and just that I've just learned, and it took me living life to learn those lessons.
Like I'm on the edge of something good. Like when I feel like this, I'm like, I might be feeling this way now, but right over there is the answer. Right over there is my purpose, and it's just right there that everything's gonna fall into place. So despite this turmoil inside of me, like, I'm glad that I always, like, that at my core I'm an optimistic person. I'm glad that oh my gosh, stroke. I'm glad that at my core I'm an optimistic person, and that even though I feel this turmoil inside of me, like, it's over there, that it's gonna be okay. Like, just get
That's
there.
kind of what I was saying. Yeah.
But I might get there, and like what is that? What is it that is that like finding someone to love? Is that moving houses? Which is oftentimes what it is for me. Like, oh, my life is just gonna change so much, and I'm gonna be such a better person when I move to my next place.
I just love a reset.
When I go move in the house on the hill. When I get out of this little small house, like when I get into more space and more.
Oh my gosh, I felt so bad because I was living at my friend's house, and my friend's mom commented on this video. It was like, "We're so sorry that the house is like small," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's not what I meant. What I meant was like I was basically making fun of here this perspective I have of like these fresh starts being like when everything's gonna change once I get here or there, versus it being like my life's gonna change now because I'm choosing that it's going to change right now. Yeah, I felt bad about that because guess what, like it was nice to move up to the house that my dad built in Virginia, but it wasn't, that didn't change my life, you know. It changed my surroundings, which I think our surroundings do influence us, and so I think that can help at times, but that doesn't solve all the issues.
Full landscapes, and I'm just going to be the person. I'm going to reflect this place, and I'm gonna be that amazing.
You can tell I'm like annoyed with myself.
I need some food, so I'm going inside. Thank you, Alyssa, for telling me to come out here and just rant, because I was scared. And that's something, it's like when you haven't talked to a really good friend of yours in a long time, and you feel like they're going to be disappointed in you and like upset with you. That's how I feel about talking to my camera and talking to my subscribers when I've been gone for a long time. Because you guys are my friend. You're my friends, and like I feel guilty about not talking to you and not being in communication with you for a while. And there's this like dissonance because I've lived so much life since you have last talked to me, or since I've last interacted with you. So it's like all these things have happened and you don't know about them, and because I haven't like told you about it, and I haven't like expressed that to you. So it's like, how would you know? But then there's like this weird like you don't know me kind of thing, even though you know so much of like who I am because of all that I've shared, but it's still like you don't know me because we haven't talked in a minute, you know?
Yeah, that is a hard thing about
struggling with right now.
YouTube.
You don't know what I'm going through right now. So how can we be very close if that isn't there? But that's my fault, which makes me feel bad, which makes me feel guilty, which makes you not. It's a mess. It's a mess. My life is a mess. Welcome to it. Welcome to my mess of my life as Riley Suzanne Real. They say it gets better. I hope so. Peace out, folks.
Oh my gosh. What an ending to that video. Holy crap. That is so depressing. That is so depressing. Guys, it does get better. Life gets better. We have these phases where it sucks. It sucks. Life sucks sometimes. And guess what? It's supposed to suck sometimes because we're supposed to grow and we're supposed to learn. And how could we do that if everything was good all of the time? So, yeah, life is hard, and that's how it's supposed to be. And we get to learn from our experiences and grow from our experiences, and that's a good thing. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for the growth that I've experienced since I filmed this video, and I'm grateful for where life has taken me and who I've become through everything I've experienced. And I'm grateful that I'm grateful I stopped posting on YouTube, and I'm grateful that that led me to the job where I was working for Whitney Johnson, and I'm grateful that that led me to the job where that doing YouTube in the first place led me to working for Southern Virginia University on their marketing team, and for the relationships that I formed there, and for all that I learned about videography and social media and how to make good videos, and everything I learned from everyone on the team and the friendships that I built. And I'm grateful that during that time I met my ex-boyfriend and was able to fall in love for the first time, and to learn so much from that relationship, and grow so much in the process of learning about somebody else and about myself. And I'm so grateful for my decision to move away from Virginia 3 months ago, and to take a leap and to move to Utah, and to quit my job and not have a backup plan and just do it. And what I'm doing is my purpose, what I've found is that I feel this calling to create, and what I want to create is videos that inspire people to become who they are meant to be, and inspire people to do things that they never thought they were capable of, and to help people learn how to become the best versions of themselves. And I really want to become the best version of myself, and to do the things necessary to get to who that is. And I know that it's a lifelong process. In this life, everything I can do will not get me, like, perfection is unattainable in this life, but I know that I have the capacity to become so much more than I am today, and I'm so grateful for that. That's what life is about. Life is about becoming. It's about changing and growing and learning, applying those things, and just becoming the type of person that you know you can be. And for me, it also ties into this spiritual aspect of, I believe the purpose of this life is to become like Jesus Christ, to grow and learn and try and apply the principles and just the actions of his life into our lives and become like him. And so at its core, that's what I'm trying to share. And it can be, whether that resonates with you or not on a spiritual level, I think we all feel that, this sense of our purpose. Like, we have a purpose. There's a reason we're here. And there are things that also can infuse into that of, like, I think there's a difference between the person we're meant to become and also our calling, and how those two things relate into helping us become that person. So I think my calling in a way is to make videos and to share my voice and to share my perspectives and to help people in that process and to show that. But then everything that I do as a result of the calling is what helps me to become. And I want those things to work together to help me to become the person I know I can be. And so that's like, and I just feel it even when I talk about it. It's like it feels guided. And everything that I've done up to this point, everything that I've experienced with YouTube and with the jobs I've had and with the interests I've had, like, they've led me here at this point in my life. And I want to build a community of people who want to become their best and who want to improve and to grow. And I'd love to release some things and to make some things that like just all speak to that. And I want to work with brands who also speak to that message of becoming. And I am so excited for what the future holds. And I know that success isn't going to come overnight. This isn't going to be like I was gone for 2 years. I show back up, start posting something completely different, and the videos pop off, and like I'm making so much money and everything's okay. And like this, that, and the other. I get all these brands reaching out to me. Like, I know it's not going to be that way. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have to work really hard and be disciplined and consistent. But I am willing to do that. I am willing to work hard. That is something that I can do every day, is to show up and work as hard as I can. And I want this. And I have faith that it'll work out. I do. And I'm excited. I'm excited for all that's to come. And I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And stay tuned, because there will be more podcast episodes coming soon. I just decided to dive right into this. So even if I don't have a cover or even a name for this podcast fully lined out, I want to start posting and start sharing these messages and these stories and what I'm learning along the way. And I hope you remember, this is like my tagline. You can expect this to be in a lot of my content too. The process is the point. And how I think this relates to the video we just watched is that the point of going through everything that I've gone through over the last years, the point of having to have those experiences that led me to sit in that car and feel that way from then till now, like that process of who I've become, like that's so much, speaks so much to the point of this life, right? It's like I've just learned and grown so much, and that's the point of it. That's the point of all this. And so just remember, if you're going through hard things, if you're scared, if you're just worried about if things are going to work out, everything you're doing right now, it's the point of it. And you're going to learn and you're going to grow. And I'm excited for you. And I'm excited for this journey we're going on together. And I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next episode.